Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Avery and I'm going to talk to you about why the little bugs in Song Lake are so important. So you're probably wondering, what are these little tiny bugs he's talking about? Well, in specific, I am talking about what are called zooplankton. And these zooplankton are just kind of floating around in the water freely. So if you were to go to the bottom, pick up a rock, and there's a bug crawling around on the bottom of the rock, that's not what I'm talking about. These guys are just kind of floating around in the water. So these zooplankton are often less than 2 millimeters long, so they're very small, and in a lot of cases they are microscopic, so you're going to need a microscope to look at them and identify them. And here are just 3 pictures of the common types of zooplankton. So now you're probably wondering, okay, there's these little tiny bugs that I've never seen and never heard of and didn't even know were there. So why should I care? Well, it all comes down to the food web. So you can see zooplankton are right in the middle of the food web there, and they feed off of what are called phytoplankton, or you might know it as algae. And what ends up eating these zooplankton are the small bait fish, such as shad, as well as the small game fish. And even the larger game fish rely on them as a little bit of their food source. So if you were to take out these zooplankton from the food web, you wouldn't have a food source for your small bait fish, you wouldn't have a food source for your small game fish, and therefore you have no large game fish. So this is bad news if you like to fish, and even if you don't like to fish, they often provide other services to the ecosystem, such as attracting birds. So without these large game fish, you're not going to have these large birds that like to eat the game fish. So it all comes down to supporting this diverse and complex lake ecosystem. So what me and my partner want to do is go out to Song Lake, which has been recently shown due to research has a declining zooplankton population. So what we want to do is we want to take our fancy water sampling gear, go out and take some water samples and take some samples of the zooplankton, and then we're going to take these zooplankton back to our lab, just kind of count them up, assess the population, identify what kinds of species are in the lake, and then with that information, further research can be done to suggest ideas on restoring the population if it is low. So here are the sources, and any questions?